How you doing? This is Nathaniel Social Soul Set, and today I want to talk to you about Coach T. Coach Tony used to be at Lamar Northern College. He was a recruiting coordinator, and I want to thank you to Coach T. Amazing man, amazing mentor. Every time we talk on the phone, we talk for hours. Conversations about basketball, family, and just things like that. Coach T also owns a bar, a sports bar in Memphis. I think it's right outside of Memphis. The trophies room. Please check that out for anybody listening from Memphis, Tennessee, or the Memphis Shelby County area. Again, Coach T he owns a bar called Trophies Room. But what I want to get into is I want to thank him for his mentorship and guidance that he gives to me, and share a story. So I told a story in a thank you video to my uncle, Coach William Anderson, and the story kind of, of course, starts, with his family, him being in AU, and him messaging me about sending players from Chicago. And the player starts with Jaquan Lawrence. So Jaquan Lawrence is a 6'8", 6'9" kid from Chicago who didn't have any scholarship offers. I seen him playing in the gym. I called my uncle and told my uncle about the player. This is one of my first time interacting with Coach T. So Coach T, I guess my uncle had Coach T call me. Coach T was the recruiting coordinator in Lamar Northern, D2 HBCU in Memphis. Coach T calls me and we have a great conversation. He talks to me about Jaquan. But also, my uncle had a friend from New York or New Jersey, I believe, that was sending him a 6'5", 6'6" player. And my uncle had more trust in that guy than me as far as my talent evaluation, me telling about this kid from Chicago. So he's thinking about recruiting that kid from New York or New Jersey over Jaquan. And it was Coach T that kind of spearheaded getting Jaquan to come down on a visit and to work out in front of my uncle and kind of compete with the 6'5", 6'6" kid from New York. Um, so if it wasn't for Coach T's like mentorship, motivation, and his belief in me and my talent evaluation, he was kind of the first person who, uh, kind of believed in my talent evaluation and helped me, help the transition and help me get Jaquan down on the visit. So Jaquan goes down on the visit and he outplays the kid from New York. He balls out. And then the story ends with there because, not ends, but kind of just took off from there. Jaquan killed it, got freshman of the year, defensive player of the year. Now he's playing overseas. And after that, is when the conversation started with my uncle as far as, maybe what I do as far as helping players, I should possibly turn this into a recruit business. And that doesn't happen if Coach T doesn't show belief in getting Jaquan down on the visit. And so I want to thank Coach T because, it kind of all started with you and your motivation pushing, and not just with Jaquan, but guys like Torrey and other kids from Chicago, and the point guard that you brought in from Hyde Park. You did an amazing job as a recruiting coordinator at a school that only had 3 scholarships. And I really appreciate you believing in me and my talent evaluation to come get kids and, coming down, speaking with me, meeting with Chicago coaches and really getting in and here in the city in Chicago and building that connection with Chicago to Memphis. Coach T was that bridge from Chicago to Memphis because it was always Chicago to Memphis with my uncle. But necessarily me being young, he has kind of had belief because these other guys have sent him good players in the past. And, what I'm saying, that belief grew in me because of Coach T. What I'm saying? Coach T was like came down here, talked to me, talked to coaches, recruited the kids from Chicago, brought them down on visits, talked to parents. And I just want to thank you, Coach T, for just having that belief in me as a talent evaluator and motivate me to keep going. And even once my uncle talked to me about the business, sports athletic recruiting, and starting a recruitment business, and I talked to you about it, and you just pushed like, man, yeah, you need to do this and definitely do that. And I was telling you how I really didn't want to do the scouting part of it. I just wanted to do the recruitment part. I just want to help kids get into college. And I appreciate you being behind me 100%. What I'm saying? Yeah, you should definitely start your own business. What I'm saying? Any help you need, I got you. Promote your business, I got you. And I just want to, what I'm saying? Thank you for that. Like, it's always a positive conversation with you. And whatever dreams or thoughts or aspirations that I have, what I'm saying? You just motivate me to push and do it even bigger and do it even more. So, you know what I'm saying? I know I give a lot of credit to my uncle for bringing that idea, but I need to give a lot of credit to you too, because Swopes Athletic Recruiting wouldn't be here, you know what I'm saying, without you, Coach T. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted to help kids get in college, but thanks for pushing me and motivating me to push it even further. And now I'm reaching out to more states and more sports. Just picked up a men's volleyball player and talking to kids now overseas and helping kids. I just helped a kid from Jamaica go play college soccer. You know what I'm saying? So now it's building even more. And you know what I'm saying? Thanks for helping me build a relationship with your son. He's an incredible athlete. And like I said, just the motivation that you have, excuse me, as a coach and AAU coach, how many the kids you help. You know what I'm saying? As we know, that one of the basketball players were homeless, and you know his story was an amazing story. Leaving Chicago and going to Memphis, that doesn't happen without you in the background. You know, helping him out, helping him through his homelessness, and helping him, you know, as far as work and finding a job, even here in Chicago, and then finding a job in Memphis, and going down to Memphis and leading the nation and rebounded. You know what I'm saying? You know, as far as you know, he was one of the best rebounders in D2, and you helped that young man through, you know what I'm saying, this homelessness from Chicago to get to Memphis and become one of the best rebounders in D2. You know what I'm saying? That team that y'all put together, you know, with your Memphis connection, your Chicago connection, and them making to the D2 conference championship with only 3 scholarships, you know, that doesn't happen without you, Coach T. You know what I'm saying? And you know, one day we're gonna see you on the stage as a head coach, and I can't wait to see you as, you know, as a head coach on that D2 or D1 stage. And you know what I'm saying, just keep grinding. And like I said, man, like I just appreciate you, you know what I'm saying, always pushing me to do more. And I feel like Source Athletic Recruiting is going to continue to take off. This platform, talking about sports, is going to take off with, and starting, you know, interviewing players and interviewing coaches. And, you know, Coach C, like, man, like I said, just thankful. I don't know, you know, what more to say. Like, Lamar Norm, that championship team in Lamar Norm wouldn't have been that championship team without you. Excuse me, and that Swaps Athletic Recruiting wouldn't be Swaps Athletic Recruiting without you. Just help. Thank you for believing in Jaquan Lawrence, believing in my talent evaluation, believing in Tory Mason, you know what I'm saying, believing in Andrew, a lot of the Chicago kids that you brought down. And things just wouldn't happen if you didn't, you know what I'm saying, talk to my uncle to believe in me, to bring down more and more kids, to check these kids. I think what you did for Kenneth, you know what I'm saying, we had D1 bounce backs. And man, just thank you for believing in me and pushing me and building a bridge and a connection to my uncle, you know what I'm saying, my own family. Like, you built that bridge for me and for my own family, him to believe in me and get those players down there, you know what I'm saying? So, Coach T, man, you know what I'm saying, I just don't know what more to say. Just, it's a blessing to have you in my life, and to have you have that person to talk to and motivate my dreams on the sports side, and just to keep going and keep growing and building things up. So again, this is Nathaniel So Said It, and just want to thank Coach T, and you all have a good one.